In a world where tensions and conflicts are rising, people survive under intense water stress, and climate change adds another layer of pressure. Water is the primary medium through which climate change impacts are felt, giving water a pivotal role to play in mitigating and adapting to these challenges. The question is how? UN Water has developed a set of guiding principles for experts and decision makers to integrate effective water management into policy. These form the basis of two side events at COP21 and COP22.
When we're discussing climate change and its role in water, we're discussing development. We're discussing an issue that is related with the day-by-day life of people.
There has been improvement, recognizing that water is extremely bonded to the discussion on adaptation specifically. But I think there is a need to work deeper in the interlinkage between water and mitigation.
Whatever strategy a country or a region or a city is taking to try and reduce its emissions through energy should be seen from a systems perspective in terms of how they impact, in this case, on water use. Saving water means you save energy and vice versa.
That can only happen if we have an integrated planning approach, both at the national, at a subcontinental, at a continental level, so that then together we can all be able to respond to the effects of climate change.
It requires political leadership, it calls for partnership, it also calls for reprioritization in terms of resources.
Influencing decision makers effectively calls for the development of high-quality data.
With climate change, this historical information has no predictive value any longer. So it's very important to integrate scenarios, long-term perspective, and that's quite a different paradigm for decision making.
Hydroclimate services is a new concept that's come up. A lot of people in the global climate change community think about all the work that IPCC has done, the climate services, the regional climate modeling, the global climate modeling. But when you link it up with the water sector or with other sectors, agriculture, energy, it has to go beyond just the traditional indicators and traditional way of thinking about climate modeling and climate analysis. You have to link regional climate modeling or global climate modeling to water models, water analysis, water data sets, land and soil for agriculture, sedimentation for energy. So this whole range of thinking about hydroclimate services is really going beyond just the traditional work of Met services and expanding the science policy interface to a more integrated level where it links different sectors. So the Met services with the hydro services, energy, agricultural, etc.
Water and climate data and information management is often the starting point of cooperation. It is crucial to provide integrated information on climate and water that is meaningful and relevant to all persons, including the most vulnerable.
Communication of data regarding water is essential to surviving climate change. Understanding risk is a basic first step to building resilience. Hydroclimate services will bring support to the people who need it the most. Directing these data flows into usable information is a challenge that lies ahead.
More advanced meteorological station should be available in Sudan for database. And this also need high technology transfer to developing country or to Sudan specifically. And capacity building also needed for governments and local community to use the hydroclimate services to help us to update the climate changes happening.
A huge new potential now exists, one in which information systems can flow data in both directions.
The application of hydroclimatic disasters and knowledge is what we can disseminate through our Android applications, mobile services, social media, which can benefit communities to save their livelihoods, their infrastructure.
Since more than half of all fresh waters worldwide cross national borders, stakeholders need to work together at the basin level in managing water and adapting to climate change. This can make adaptation more effective, for example, by sharing data and costs.
We believe that all stakeholders in a watershed, the main water users, should join forces to align on what is needed to protect the watershed, to secure the water resources, quantity and quality, and pay the right price for this value that they use in their daily life or daily business. If you do not engage the economic forces that are shaping the world every day, there is limited chance that you will succeed.
We look for a paradigm shift. We look for projects that put forward transformational change, that have the ambitions to go at scale, to invest at scale in hydrometeorological services, but still keeping in mind that when we invest in the capital, there is also a cost for the country once GCF or other donors are exiting the project in operation and maintenance.
When we save water, we are also saving energy and money while protecting ourselves and our planet from the negative impacts from climate change. The vision is now in place, a vision of equality and a vision of resilience.